Welcome to our US Briefing Show, where today's headlines are packed with exciting developments. First up, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have just signed a groundbreaking defense agreement, promising mutual protection and possibly extending Pakistan's nuclear umbrella to Saudi Arabia. This pact signals a major shift in Middle Eastern alliances, with regional tensions and security concerns at the forefront. Next, we dive into the ongoing US-China drama. Tariffs are impacting regions differently. China is unveiling new hypersonic missiles, and high-stakes negotiations are happening around trade and military bases. Southeast Asian leaders are also showing support for China, highlighting shifting regional alliances amidst rising geopolitical tensions. Finally, in a more down-to-earth story, electric tractors are making their debut at Michigan State University. Farmers are cautiously optimistic about these quiet, eco-friendly machines that could revolutionize small-scale farming, although challenges like battery life and cost still need addressing. This innovation could be a game-changer for sustainable agriculture and farm automation. Please continue to watch for the full stories and more updates. Deutsche Welle reports that Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have recently signed a historic defense pact, signaling a deepening alliance rooted in mutual security interests. This agreement, which considers any attack on one as an attack on both, also includes Pakistan's nuclear capabilities potentially being extended to Saudi Arabia, marking a significant strategic shift. The deal is perceived by analysts as a move to counter regional threats, especially Iran, and to diversify security options amidst growing regional tensions. It also underscores the strengthening of long-standing ties based on faith, economic interdependence, and strategic interests, with Pakistan's military presence in Saudi Arabia and financial aid playing crucial roles. Experts view this as a landmark development that elevates Pakistan's security influence in the Middle East, though some caution that the pact may carry more symbolic weight than immediate strategic impact, amid shifting regional dynamics and concerns over U.S. reliability. South China Morning Post highlights the complex repercussions of U.S. tariffs on China's export economy, revealing that the impact varies significantly across Chinese provinces. While some regions experience steep declines, others see export growth, illustrating the uneven effects of ongoing trade tensions. Concurrently, U.S. President Donald Trump signals potential extensions of trade truce negotiations with China and hints at a strategic pivot involving military interests, such as reclaiming a key Afghan air base linked to China's nuclear sites. These developments come amid escalating U.S.-China competition, with China showcasing advanced hypersonic weaponry and asserting its military capabilities. The geopolitical landscape is further complicated by Trump's focus on countering China's influence, emphasizing a broader strategic contest that influences global trade, military posturing, and regional alliances. Associated Press discusses the emerging trend of electric tractors, emphasizing their potential to transform sustainable agriculture. Farmers in Michigan test drive these quiet, eco-friendly machines, which are designed to reduce emissions and operate with less noise, appealing to small-scale farmers and environmentally conscious growers. Despite current limitations, such as battery life, power capacity, and infrastructure, innovators see electric tractors as a promising niche, especially for small farms, organic growers, and research institutions. The technology also aligns with automation trends, offering opportunities for precision farming and reduced labor costs. While widespread adoption faces hurdles, including costs and charging infrastructure, the development of affordable, efficient electric tractors signals a shift toward greener, smarter agriculture, with potential benefits extending globally for smallholder farmers seeking sustainable solutions. The Associated Press reports that Richard Moore, Britain's outgoing MI6 chief, delivered a comprehensive warning about the escalating threats facing Western nations. At a speech in Istanbul, Moore emphasized the persistent dangers from Russia, China, Iran, and Islamist terrorism, with particular focus on the ongoing Ukraine conflict. Moore described China as a nation caught between opportunity and threat, criticizing its espionage activities targeting Britain and its diplomatic support for Russia's war efforts through dual-use technology and chemicals. Concerning Iran, he underscored the importance of preventing Tehran from pursuing nuclear weapons and urged a shift in regional mentality, especially after Iran's nuclear activities intensified post-2018 U.S. withdrawal from the nuclear deal. Moore also highlighted the resilience of terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda, which continue to adapt by spreading violent ideologies online, emphasizing the need for strong partnerships and addressing root causes of radicalization. As he prepares to hand over leadership to Blaise Metroweli, the first female chief of MI6, Moore reflected on his tenure with a nod to tradition, humorously referencing the green ink and dagger of espionage lore. CNN paints a stark picture of the impending winter for American households, with heating bills projected to rise by an average of 7.6%, reaching nearly $1,000. The increase is driven by soaring electricity and natural gas prices, compounded by a forecasted colder winter. Electric heat users, numbering over 56 million, will face the steepest hike, an estimated 10.2%, totaling around $1,205, especially in the South, where rates are expected to surge by more than 21%. Natural gas households, about 60 million, will see an 8.4% increase, with costs rising to approximately $693, while Midwesterners could experience a 16.4% jump, up to $698. Interestingly, heating oil and propane users may benefit from slight decreases in costs. However, the crux of the issue lies in stagnant federal assistance, which remains at around $4 million, insufficient to meet rising demand amid widespread economic strain. Utility companies continue raising rates, citing increased demand from data centers and grid upgrades, signaling that Americans should brace for a new normal of higher energy expenses and financial hardship this winter. South China Morning Post highlights Singapore's diplomatic approach amid the tense US-China rivalry, with Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan urging against quick judgments of Southeast Asian nations' shifting alliances. He emphasized that each country's unique vulnerabilities and opportunities shape their foreign policies, advocating for a nuanced understanding rather than binary judgments. Balakrishnan underscored Singapore's balanced stance, maintaining close economic ties with China and significant investment from the US, while stressing the importance of technological advancement in digital innovation, renewable energy, and biotechnology. He cautioned that regional nations are making necessary adjustments based on their circumstances, not copying each other, and called for continued open dialogue and adherence to updated rules of global trade. Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim-yong echoed this sentiment, advocating for reforms in international institutions like the WTO to better reflect modern realities such as digitalization and green transition. The article also discusses Southeast Asia's structural challenges, particularly educational disparities, which threaten economic convergence within the region. Experts warn that the old world order is unlikely to return soon, but regional integration and strategic cooperation could position Southeast Asia as a key driver of global economic activity, despite ongoing geopolitical and internal hurdles. The Associated Press reports that South African trade officials recently engaged in constructive discussions with their U.S. counterparts in Washington, aiming to mend strained relations and negotiate the removal of heavy tariffs. Despite the absence of immediate results, the talks established a roadmap to guide future negotiations, highlighting a mutual willingness to restore cooperation amid ongoing tensions. Since President Trump's administration took office, relations have soured, with the U.S. freezing aid and expelling South Africa's ambassador after critical remarks on U.S. policies and South Africa's stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict. These tariffs, which are among the highest in sub-Saharan Africa, threaten South Africa's fragile economy and could lead to significant job losses, underscoring the importance of maintaining strong economic ties, as bilateral trade reached over $15 billion in 2024. In a separate incident, the Associated Press details that actor Gary Busey received a 2-year probation after pleading guilty to criminal sexual contact at a 2022 horror convention in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The 81-year-old star was accused of inappropriately touching women during a brief photo session, leading to charges of criminal sexual contact and harassment. The event's organizers acknowledged the incident by removing Busey from the convention and advising affected attendees to contact police. Known for his supporting roles and an Oscar nomination for The Buddy Holly Story, Busey's legal troubles mark a stark contrast to his career in Hollywood, with his actions now resulting in probation rather than jail time. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email. Scrolling through the headlines, another
another crazy day. 6 degrees of stories connecting in their way. From the weather to the sports and everything we see. People making news on TV screens for free. 6 degree world where the news comes in a whirl. Every story ties together like a ribbon in a twirl. Sit back and watch it all, big and small they call. From city lights to countryside, we're connected after all. A laugh, a cry, a sigh, news is flying high. From city lights to countryside, we're connected after all. A laugh, a cry,